In Los Angeles, California, we have the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man, get my reading glasses on, who lost his pants and underwear in a golf bet and is currently pulling on his putter in front of all of us. That's Geoff Clark.
I lost more than that in a golf bet this weekend, let me tell you.
And beaming to us from the quantum realm, the infinitely tiny bearded booger eater known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo. What's going on, fellas?
Oh, just sitting here rubbing my dick, as one does.
On a Monday afternoon.
Yeah. Shuddy.
Sounds like fun employment's going well.
Well, as long as MSPH exists, I will be part-time employed, which is nice.
That's true. And the fart and dick joke industry just never runs out of work.
I decided yesterday that today was our last show, so you are not even part-time employed after we wrap up today. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding. That was... I love when I tell jokes that even from you two, there's fucking crickets. You were both just staring at me blankly. So that really makes me real confident in the great news that I teased in the Easter egg.
I feel like Geoff and I responded appropriately.
Though it was fucking hilarious, I didn't laugh because I didn't know where to go from there, so I didn't want to continue the conversation.
So wait, is your big announcement, Shuddy, like some sort of silly little Shuddy joke?
No. I mean, it's a Shuddy obsession. That ironically was announced today with my wardrobe choices, but the New York State of Mind tour is continuing through 2023 with more U.S. dates.
I did see that. I saw they're taking it worldwide and coming back to the U.S. Oh,
and I am super pumped.
Oh,
acid reflux, burp up a little bit of vomit.
Oh, that was the weirdest thing. Okay, so I like to
if you didn't want to talk about Wu-Tang, you could have just said so. You didn't have to be so fucking dramatic. Well,
I mean, I noticed that Busta was not in any of the graphics, so I wonder if he's still involved. But that fucked me up. Like, I like to take my crazy pills right before the show because they can sometimes act as PEDs for me. But one of the pills that I take every day, and it could be one of those placebo things. Geoff, can you use placebo in a sentence?
I don't know. I can only kind of really explain what it is. I can't use it in the sentence I'm having a brain fart.
I believe you. I believe in you. You can do it.
God damn it. Putting me on the spot here. Placebo. I don't know.
Show us your math, Geoff. Show us your math.
A placebo is an example of something that has no effect, but is being used as if it were as if it does have an effect.
How about this one? I thought I was taking Valtrex to treat my herpes, but it turns out the doctor just gave me a placebo, and I'm shooting herpes goo all over the place.
That's That's perfect. I wish I could have gotten there as fast.
Well, I used to take pharmaceuticals to treat my depression, like Prozac and Zoloft and Wellbutrin, a few other things. I tried a bunch of stuff throughout my life, and they either didn't do anything or came with side effects that I wanted no part of. And my aunt, who's a nurse, what, Shuddy?
Continue. This joke, I'll save it.
Oh, another
Hopefully
Shuddy joke.
when you're done. Yeah,
I mean, you're on a fucking roll. Please, by all means.
I was just gonna say, and all you had to do to stop taking those depression medicines was just get fired from the Ellis show permanently.
Well, I will say that definitely gave me a nice serotonin boost. Life has been much more stress-free and manageable, even with the added stress of not having full-time employment. But my aunt...
I could not use serotonin in a sentence.
I used to have a crush on this chick in school named Serotonin.
Yeah, that is how I would use that.
And then I ate a plum.
Serotonin has huge jugs.
At the gym, Sarah's toning her ass.
So my aunt, who is a nurse, I was talking about, managing my depression and stuff and trying to do it without pharmaceuticals and all that. And she was like, well, you should take St. John's wort. It's over the counter. It's a bunch of just crushed up herbs and shit. And I was like, I looked into it. They're not really expensive or anything. So for a few years now, I fucking take St. John's wort every day. And it's just a fucking clear gel tab with powdered fucking crap in it. It's probably just dried up grass that they've plucked out of the ground. It's probably a placebo. But I've been fucking taking it. And for the first time ever, after swallowing a pill, it must have only been like 2 minutes had passed, I burped and a bunch of fucking powder came up and shot into my mouth. It was awful.
You swallow it back down?
Yeah.
Nice. Fucking. I see little mama do that all the time. She'll like fucking vomit in her mouth and just swallow it. It's weird.
Mm. But anyway, Shuddy, are you going to go to round 2 for Wu-Tang and Nas?
I am just trying to decide if I'm going to Brooklyn or Atlantic City. Those are the two closest.
Oh, dude, do Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Atlantic City's fun.
Yeah, Atlantic City for a couple of nights would be
but
a little bit easier to get a hotel room and a little less stressful, I think.
But think of the optics, Shuddy boy. Do you want to see the New York State of Mind tour in New Jersey or New York?
That is the draw for Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that Meth is done doing whatever he was doing the last time, and he'll be there for all the shows.
I'm looking at the tour list or whatever.
Highland is the closest it comes to you guys, which is San Bernardino. I'm looking at it on Google right now.
Is it? Oh, no shit. I try not to go out that far east. Dude, I guess it was snowing out there this weekend. Our weather has been absolutely fucked.
Yeah, I didn't see it with my own two eyes, but I saw pictures of snow on the Hollywood sign, which is 2 miles from here.
It's snowing here right now.
Oh, shit.
My buddy posted a video of it hailing in fucking Venice Beach.
Oh, it hailed in Culver City this weekend.
Really?
Yep.
No shit.
Yeah.
Our weather has been fucked, dude. It's so cold. Like, I've been sleeping. I just bought sweatpants for the first time in 15 years, by the way.
Oh, shit.
Wait, no, like 20 years. But I've been sleeping in sweatpants, in a cardigan, like pretty much wearing like 2 or 3 layers when I go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
It's been terrible.
I usually like to sleep in my boxers, and I'll usually pull my penis out of the stupid dick flap in the front. But lately, I'm t-shirt and sweats. Sometimes socks even. It's been cold here.
So wait, just for normal sleeping, you pull your penis out of the pee hole?
No.
You meant when you were going to the bathroom, right? Like, you don't just.
What the fuck? I'm so.
No, I was making a little Kevin joke.
Okay. 'Cause I was like,
Although sometimes
Kevin joke, huh?
my penis does seem to find its way out through the dick flap sometimes.
Well, I mean that's just a curse of wearing boxers. But
Dude, there were times when
you said it so like it was just like, to keep cool at night, I just pull my dick out of my boxers and sleep like that, just flap it around.
Yeah.
Like, why even bother wearing underwear?
I'm trying to Shuddy, I'm trying to work on my delivery. I'm thinking about sneaking in some more stand up before this movie starts.
It's like wearing a bra with it just like exposes the nipple.
But I do. There were times when we would party at Dom's place and just get absolutely blackout, blitz drunk. I would wake up in the morning sometimes on the floor of that couch, Donald ducking it, and I don't know why. I didn't get any booty. It would just, I would wake up, I'd have a shirt on, and I'd lift up the blanket, and I'm like Geoff at the start of the show, no pants, no underwear. I'm like, oh boy, I got to find my underwear before anybody else wakes up in here.
Man, this kind of reminds me of the movie that I watched recently, Barbarian.
I did not know that was a situation that happened.
That not only was that a thing that happened at Dom's place a lot, in that period of my life when I was drinking quite a bit and blacking out quite a bit, that was a frequent occurrence. Waking up, Donald ducking.
Waking up with no pants on?
Yep, no pants, no undies.
I feel like that needs to be discussed and investigated more.
Do you have just like, were they always found like with your pants, or were they found separate? Like, was it a thing where like you were just so wasted that when you took your pants off, the underwear just went with it, and you were like,
so.
Fuck it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think,
yeah. It's not like
the underwear's in Dom's room and the pants are in the living room.
Or out in the fucking yard. Yeah. It's not like...
Yeah.
All right. At least
we're gonna need some forensic scientists to break this down.
Yeah, I go looking for them and they're in Dom's laundry hamper. Wait a second. No, I would. They would be in the pants. Like I would fall asleep fully clothed, and then in the middle of the night, just without thinking, would just undo my pants, pull them down, and my underwear would go with them.
All right, that's at least understandable.
And then there was that time when I fell asleep. I don't even know how it happened, but I woke up in bed with this girl that I had a crush on for a really long time, and I didn't hook up with her or anything, but I was Little Spoon and she was Big Spoon, and when I woke up, I didn't know where I was, and I didn't look behind me and see her, so I just farted, and I farted right on her vagina, and it was one of those, like when you have a night of drinking and you're pounding beers and you wake up all gassy and those long, like, stressed out farts. It was one of those, just right on her cuchana. It was awful.
I do remember that story.
She didn't, but I'm 99% sure she was either awake or the fart woke her up, and she was just a gentleman about it, a gentle lady about it, and didn't call me out.
Oh, man. So would you fall asleep pantsless in Dom's house more than everyone else's, or was it like, were you an equal opportunity Donald Ducker?
I think Dom's was just the place that I blacked out in the most.
Gotcha.
Where you don't remember actually falling asleep.
And you're a real suspect house guest.
Yeah.
If I was Dom, I would have had a word with you. Like, hey, it's cool we sleep over if you're wasted, but you think you can maybe just, I don't know, you can even pull your dick out of the flap. Just like keep your boxers on.
I mean, it wasn't a coordinated, planned move. Just one of those things that happened.
Also, that apartment was just, there were not many rules there.
No.
Of any kind.
Oh, wow. It's like some of my MSPH wrestling matches. No holds barred.
I love it.
First blood rules.
There was one party that Dom's first lease at that apartment was about to expire. He didn't have a roommate, so he wasn't going to stay there. And he told Kevin and I that we could do whatever we wanted with the lawn furniture. So we just spent that party getting wasted and breaking plastic chairs. So the next morning, it was just filled with broken plastic chairs. And then like a week later, Bon agreed to move in, and Dom had to replace all the outdoor furniture that we destroyed.
Yeah, there's actually, if you scroll through my Instagram, there's video of that. Like Shuddy Boy and I getting put through chairs, Miguel doing a flip onto a chair. I jumped on one ass first and the leg broke and went through my pants and stabbed me in the grundle. And almost, if that was angled any differently, it would have flown right up my butthole. And
we would have definitely had to make a hospital. If it went either direction, it was either going to rip off your sack or go up your bunghole.
Oh God, which do you pick?
I would up the bunghole, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like,
ripping up my nutsack? That sounds like the last possible option, really.
Yeah, but the leg of this plastic chair was not designed for an anus. It was like L-shaped.
And
rigid.
You know exactly which plastic chairs they are, Geoff. They're the generic.
Yeah,
they're like clam backed, like clam. Oh, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I assume.
Yeah, it would have. Shit would have just, for the rest of his life, just poured out of his butthole. He would have had no.
Yeah, I would have. Either that, or I would have just like pooped out Tetris pieces the rest of my life.
Whew.
Yeah, that was sketchy. Oh fuck! You know, I was gonna try and pull up my Instagram and play the video. Shuddy, can you give me screen sharing thingy?
Multiple
but
participants.
I fucked it up.
How do I remove permission, make host, put in waiting room? I don't remember how to do it.
Oh no.
Oh, advanced sharing options. All participants can share. Who can shart? Yep.
Yeah, who can shart the most?
Yeah, who can shart the most?
God damn it. Don't even bother. It's making me like sign in and shit. And I don't have time for that. Fuck it. Trust me, it's there on my Instagram if you want to see me, Shuddy, Miguel, even Bon. Like Bon sat in one of the chairs that was all cracked and he was like, it still works. And I snuck up behind him and grabbed his shoulders and pressed down and just shoved him through the chair. Man.
Yeah, there were very little rules there.
We had some good parties.
The good old days. Am I right, fellas?
I'm surprised Dom was allowed another lease at that place. Because I think the neighbors complained a lot. Those parties got fucking rowdy and they went all night.
The problem was, what happened was there were people our age that lived upstairs that didn't care. But the apartment next door, which was the 2-floor one that Dom moved to later, was an old lady. Like probably in her 70s.
Oh, she hated us for sure.
So she called the cops pretty frequently on us.
Well, speaking of San Bernardino and the weather, last week I snuck off to do a little snowboarding. Went on a solo trip.
Do you know how fucked it is that you in California have had better conditions for snowboarding than I have had here in Pennsylvania?
Well, they weren't great. They're not as good as they probably are right now because it's still fucking raining. It's raining right now, and it's supposed to rain for the next couple of days. So, I mean, I heard Big Bear just over the weekend was supposed to get 5 feet of snow, which is fucking nuts. And when I went up there was still snow on the side of the roads, like piled up pretty big. But and the only reason I'm going is because last year when I was still employed, I bought an Icon Pass, which gets you to you can hit the mountains that take them as much as you want, and Big Bear takes them. So I was just like, fuck it, I got to get some use out of this thing while I still have free time, and I'm kicking myself now for buying this fucking thing because I could have.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if I had known I was going to be unemployed, I would not have bought that motherfucker. But I took a solo road trip up there, and I'd gone up there with Carl a couple of times trying to get her to snowboard. And Big Bear has 2 mountains. There's Bear Mountain and Snow Summit. And I had thought that we always went to Bear, so I was like, all right, I'm getting it confused in my head. But this time I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Bear Mountain because I think that's the one that we always go to, and it is not. Apparently, Bear Mountain is only a handful of trails, and a majority of it is a terrain park. So it's all jumps, rails, half pipes, shit that I cannot do. And I get there, right when it opens. I'm thinking I don't have anybody else dragging me down. I can sneak a whole fuckload of runs in. Let me take a quick piss. I go piss, come back, get all my shit situated, find a nice trail on the map. I'm like, okay, I'll warm myself up. This seems like a trail I can handle. And then all of a sudden I'm looking around. I'm like, fuck, one of my gloves is gone. So I retrace my steps. And right by the bathroom, the glove must have fallen out by the bathroom or in the bathroom. Someone just put it up on one of the racks. And I was like, holy shit, what fucking luck. This is going to be a good day. So I snag it. I get on the lift. As I'm going up, my helmet's wiggling, so I'm trying to fix the strap and stuff. And then once I see that it's getting to the point where you get off the lift, I go to put my gloves on. At some point on the lift, my other glove fell. And I was like, well, shit. This fucking thing, I have no idea where it fell. Odds are it fell in the woods where I can't even go to get it.
Your gloves don't have things for your wrists, so
no,
that doesn't happen?
These ones didn't have hooks on them, which is pretty fucking annoying. But I've never lost anything on the slopes before. I've never lost a glove. I've never lost a hat. Never lost my goggles. I've been pretty good about it. Except for this time. So I get up there and I'm like, fuck, all right, I guess I got to go down this with one glove on. I start cruising, and then I come to a place where the only options are left and right, and they're both black diamonds. And I was like, son of a fucking bitch, how did I get... This is my first run of the day. I'm trying to warm up. I still kind of suck. So I just pick one direction. I'm like, all right, I'll go this way. I come to the steepest hill I've ever seen in my life. And I was just like, well, here we fucking go.
You bomb that motherfucker or what?
Well, I'm trying to carve back and forth so I can slow myself down and go at a speed that I can handle. And as I was on my heel edge, the board shot in front of me, and I landed on my ass, and the hill was so fucking steep. I'm flying down this hill on my ass, uncontrollable. I can't stop. I try to put my board down, and all that's doing is plowing all this snow up in my face. I'm gripping the snow with my gloved hand and my non-gloved hand. I look up. There's a fucking ski lift right above me. So all these people are watching me fall down this enormous hill, plowing snow up all over the fucking place. And when I got to the bottom, I was like, I don't know if I should just fucking go home right now. This could be the day that I die. This could be the end of it.
Fuck me.
Yeah. I mean, I just drove 2 hours and 15 minutes to get here, but I'd rather eat my losses and go home alive. But I went against my better judgment, and I stayed. And I actually got kind of good. I was like, if I'm at a fucking terrain mountain, let me try hitting some jumps. And I was actually kind of killing it. I hit one jump way faster than I wanted to, and I caught more air on a snowboard than I've ever caught in my entire life. And I was doing the hummingbird flaps with my arms once I got to the top. I was like, oh, too high! Fly away! And it didn't help, but I landed it and rode off. And that gave me more confidence to keep trying more and more jumps. And I did one jump on my last run where my board went out in front of me like this, so I was almost horizontal in the air. And I did more hummingbird arm flaps. And when I got down to the ground, the tail of the board hit, and I sort of just rode on it for a little bit, and then
Were you manualed?
yeah, I did like a snowboard manual, and then leveled out, and it was the sloppiest landing ever. But I rode away from that too, and I was like, all right, that's my sign to go home. And
So
I
you're
fucking
ready
made
for
it.
the X Games now, right?
Yes,
That's your next chapter.
I'm only telling this story because I'm looking to get sponsored.
You're ready for X Games slope style.
Yeah, I won't take anything less than Burton too. I want to be on Team Burton. So sign me up.
I also know those the boards that Kemper has, those vintage '90s looking ones that I sent you with all the neon on them.
Those are rad. All right, I'll take them too. If those guys want to sponsor me, I'm chill with it. I also do want to give a shout out to somebody on YouTube, which doesn't happen often, but Jake Middleton commented on last week's episode, and while I was grasping at straws, desperately trying to come up with some fun name for Geoff's vocabulary game.
And you settled on Jeffcabulary.
Yeah. I was like, fuck it. It sucks, but maybe that'll make it funny. He was just like,
sucks.
You should call that game Jeffinitions. And I was just like, no! Oh my God, is that fucking brilliant. It was right there. And none of us saw it, but Jake did. So shout out to you, Jake. That is a great fucking name.
And that's what we're going to be calling it from here on out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how often are we going to be doing that again?
Twice a month.
All the time. I'm going to text you them.
I mean, we can do it with me as the subject. We do vocrafulary. Oh, that sucks too. No.
Let's not rush to judgment on this one.
No.
If anyone can think of...
Jake, we need your help.
Yeah, if we can do it, there's something with a K, and we do Kevin Kraft.
I hate that.
I'm working on it right now, Geoff. I'm seeing if there's anything.
Shuddy, I got you 75% of the way. Come on, baby.
Don't do it, Shuddy. Don't listen to him. It's a trap. You son of a fucking bitch.
I'm doing it. I mean, Geoff and I were on the same wavelength. He just put it out there.
I just said it.
Mm-hmm.
I put it in the ether, but
we're on the same page. He gave it life.
Help.
And the problem is there's no C letter words for definition or vocabulary that would... It would be a bit of a stretch to call it Kevin Kraft clarification with a K.
Yeah, or Kevin Kraft vocabulary and just drop the vo.
Kevin Kraft vocabulary, yeah.
And we do a hyphen.
Yeah, you motherfuckers are reaching.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Hey,
we'll
Jake Middleton, you want to help us out on this one too? That'd be great.
Maybe we can find a similar game with like math or something that you could do.
What, just do Kevin Kraft calculus?
Kevin Kraft calculations.
I hate that. I hate it. Well, did you gentlemen see any films in this past week?
Films. Wait, did I watch any films? No.
I saw a Netflix documentary. I was going to hit up Carl about it. I wonder if she saw the same one about the Murdaugh murders.
Well, she didn't watch that this past weekend if it came out on Friday.
It did.
That's what I've been watching. I've been watching the Formula One show on Netflix that came out on Friday.
The new season?
Mm-hmm.
Is it better or worse than the first one?
I mean, it's season 5.
Excuse me.
And I really like it. I don't know why. It has made me care about Formula One racing a little bit, but it's fun to watch.
Is Niki Lauda in it?
Niki Lauda, I believe, is dead, isn't he?
Oh, I didn't know if it was like a scripted thing where someone was playing him, like Daniel.
No, it's not. It's reality television. So it's, I'm sure it's scripted a little bit, because they definitely, it's not, and none of the seasons have been like a chronological progression of the season. Each episode focuses on something different, so you get results from later on in the season throughout the episode. So they do it episodically, so each episode is filled with some sort of drama.
Ugh,
which
that sounds horrible.
You know I'm all about the drama.
Oh, I know.
If anybody is new to the show, I have a flair for the dramatic.
Yeah, that's the understatement of the century.
Yeah, you do get a little dramatic, I guess.
Like all the jokes about Diva Craft, I am the one that tends to be the drama queen.
I feel like that's an old narrative. We've all been pretty good about being less dramatic over the recent year, so hopefully I didn't just jinx it.
That just means something is coming.
Yeah, something's going to pop off.
Shuddy poked the bear.
Shuddy is the bear. He's poking himself.
Yeah, I just poking myself in my belly button going,
he reminded himself he's got to be angry again soon.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years since I've quit the show, so I've got to figure out a reason to do it.
That's true.
Got to get you back on the Olympic schedule.
We're overdue like a California earthquake.
Jeez, don't put that out there. We do not need that fucking energy. The weather's been bad enough.
I went and saw Cocaine Bear.
What?
Yeah. I
could not get anybody to go with me to see it.
Wow. So, that's kind of sad. Like a movie comes out called Cocaine Bear. How could you not want to go see it?
And it's fucking Ray Liotta's last movie.
Yeah.
I have no interest in seeing it unless you give it like a fucking awesome review. Because the biggest thing, the most important thing is that it is Ray Liotta's last movie, and that guy is a fucking icon. So.
Yeah, and his final role is a very Ray Liotta role.
I've heard that this is what put him over the edge to get the star on the Walk of Fame.
Oh, wait a minute. How recent was it that he got that?
It was just announced last week.
What? He didn't have a star before
that he's getting a posthumous.
What is it, Postmates?
I said it. I'm like, it doesn't sound right, and then I doubled down on it.
Even that, I was like, wait a second. I don't think it's posthumous.
A posthumous star on the Walk of Fame. It was announced last week.
Well, here's the interesting thing about the stars of fame. For what I understand is it's not necessarily you have to be selected. You have to qualify. Like I know the organization doesn't allow reality stars, which is why Kim Kardashian's always flipping out that she can't get a star. But I think all you have to do is pay. Is it $80,000? I think it costs $80,000. So you have to pay for
a one-time fee, or like
one-time fee, and then they'll add you to the walk. But like, it's not like I don't think it's like they're finally. It's not like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where they're just bestowing it upon Ray Liotta. Somebody in his estate must be buying him one.
Yeah, but
no,
there has been a celebration for people, right?
Yeah. They make a big event out of it. Am I talking out of my ass, Shuddy?
You have to be nominated, and then the committee selects approximately 30 names for insertion. Nomination of an individual or group must be approved by the Walk of Fame committee, sometimes requiring several annual nominations before a nominee is selected to receive a star.
He said insertion.
All honorees must be approved by the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, the decisions of which are final and entirely within the Chamber's discretion.
I'm sorry, you lost me after insertion. I just couldn't get past that. I was just like, oh, nice.
So I believe what this is saying is that the Puminati needs to flood the Hollywood Walk of Fame with nominations for us.
Yeah, can you imagine if Mad Scientist Party Hour got a star? Because they do there is you get a little logo.
Just come down, have one, those motherfuckers.
Like if you're a director, it's like a little fucking camera thing. If you're
it's motion pictures, television, radio, recording, live theater, and sports entertainment.
So radio, this counts as radio, I think.
I don't believe it does, actually.
And we can invite everybody to come and poop on the star.
That could be the one star on the walk of fame. Like if you have to poop on a star.
Yeah. Poo on us.
Yeah, like that's the one star that it would be recommended to do it on.
There's like a line of homeless people like waiting to use the bathroom on our star. There's like a single file line.
Yeah.
Man, we would have really made it then, huh, fellas?
And instead of like a little microphone icon, we can just be like, just give us the poo emoji.
Just the toilet.
A toilet, poo emoji, anything involving poop, we'll take it. Yeah, we're never getting
brand,
one.
baby.
Never,
their brand.
Ever getting one. But Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Get us back on track.
It was good. It was enjoyable. I wish it went further. For a movie called Cocaine Bear, I feel like that gives you carte blanche to go as fucking nuts as you want to. And I feel like the movie could have been crazier to match the title. Like there's a sequence where they call an ambulance after someone gets attacked, and they even show it in the trailer, but the bear, like in slow-mo, is chasing after the ambulance as it drives away and the doors are open. And it slow-mo leaps through the air into the open doors of the ambulance. And it's carnage. And I feel like they could have kept the entire movie at that same breakneck speed, that same pace, and just had it be batshit fucking crazy. But it was kind of a little scattered, and it took a little bit to get going.
Wait, Cocaine Bear?
They're
jumping all over the place.
There are kind of more characters than there needed to be, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was still enjoyable. It was still pretty fucking wild. There was still some good kills and good gore, and you get to see Ray Liotta as a crazy, soulless drug dealer for one last movie. And it's crazy that Elizabeth Banks directed it too.
Yeah, she didn't done anything else. I guess I can IMDb that, but
I think she directed one of the Pitch Perfect movies. But
I believe so.
I really
I
like.
don't even know what that is. Is that an Anna Faris movie?
So close. So close.
Oh wait, no, Anna Kendrick. Excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
My bad.
But I like Elizabeth Banks. I like the movie she's in, and I think it's cool that as a director, she's taking fucking crazy projects like this.
She directed the Charlie's Angel reboot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I think Cocaine Bear did pretty well at the box office, too. So
it led to a record-setting decline in Ant-Man and Wasp for Marvel.
Oh, shit.
The weekend box office for that movie was a 70% drop over the week before.
God damn.
I saw an article.
No, that does not bode well for Shazam. What is it, Shazam 3 or some shit?
No,
It's 2.
Shazam 2. It's actually Shazam Fury of the Gods.
You guys both really like that movie, right? So I'm assuming you guys are going to go see it when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm going to go see it. The first Shazam was good. It was like Big if Big was a superhero movie. It was...
I mean, I like that. Big is a 5-digger.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was charming. It had cool special effects and cool battles and stuff.
They're remaking Big.
Oh, come on. Well,
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
I think they did.
No.
No, they did like I think it was called Little. But they did kind of just...
Bad news.
Yeah, Little from 2019.
I'm so happy I just did not even recognize that thing.
But I don't know. People are always complaining that all the movies are either, sequels or CGI slopfest superhero movies, and people are making crazy shit like Cocaine Bear and Everything Everywhere All at Once, and there is this weird shit sneaking in, and if people go buy tickets to it, they'll make more weird shit. So I don't know. It was a packed theater. Unfortunately, had to go to AMC, and there was garbage people. Some fucking guy in the row in front of me had his phone out for the entire movie, and he was just like browsing sneakers and clothing. Like before the movie even started, he had his phone up, just scrolling through clothing.
Don't be racist, Kevin. I know what you're implying. It's weird to me that those people exist. That people that just don't give a fuck about like movie theater etiquette.
Well, I think the problem is, I think why it's such a problem now is that this is a direct result of the COVID situation where everybody got used to sitting on their couch to watch movies and could talk however loud as they wanted to. And now they just motherfuckers don't know how to act in a movie theater anymore.
I'm telling you, ever since the arc light went away.
Which leads to, me having to fucking whip donut munchkins at the head of teenagers.
Don't make me start throwing eclairs.
Yeah, this is Anthony Fauci's fault. Hey, is the Space Now Cinerama, is that coming back?
I don't know, man. I've been hearing rumors for a long time, but that was like the last bastion of peaceful movie going.
Years now at this point, right?
Yeah, it sucked. I got spoiled because I would go see every movie at the ArcLight. And people that went to the ArcLight were fucking movie nerds, and nobody talked. Nobody took their phones out. And now it's just, man, having to rely on AMC with all the fucking garbage people just blows. Like to go see a movie,
there's gotta be a better way to put that, to garbage people.
If you talk through a movie, you're a garbage person.
Yes, 100%.
No, I agree.
And it's like, why would you go opening weekend to see a movie if you're just gonna fucking buy sweatpants through the whole goddamn thing? I don't know.
Why
weird.
Waste all that money with how much movies are to?
Exactly.
It's just
like shop at home. You're spending money while you're spending money. It's crazy.
Let me just be super high in my seat, shoveling nachos down my throat and enjoying the film. I don't want to deal with your bullshit.
Exactly. But as far as Cocaine Bear goes, I'll suck 3.5 bear dicks, even though the bear in the movie is a mama bear and she doesn't have a penis. You think bears have big dicks?
I mean, if a horse does, then you would think a bear probably does, right?
I'm going to Google bear penises.
I guess like a bear, like a horse needs to have a big dick for them to, for sex to work for them.
They have weird dicks. It looks like, oh no.
oh no.
A polar bear dick? So they have bones. They actually have boners. And they kind of look like that. I'm just looking at a thing of polar bear penis bones. And it kind of looks like an elephant trunk. You know, it's not a straight line. It's got some waves in it, and the end is all frayed out. I'm glad our penises don't have bones in them. Imagine breaking it and then having to get a cast. I knew a guy in Bing Boing school who was getting laid in the independent dorm, and he was standing up against a wall, and she, backed up into him. And while they were boning, his dick fell out, and she backed up and crack, folded that motherfucker like an accordion, and he pissed blood and had to go to the doctor.
I hate this fucking story. Shut up, Kevin. Stop it. You stop it, Kevin.
Oh man. I also watched. They put Megan on the cock.
You haven't seen that yet.
No, but I watched it. I seen it
God,
now.
it was so gay. I watched a horror movie on that's now streaming as well. Well, actually, it came out a while ago. So,
well, I didn't see the theatrical version. This was the
Yeah.
R-rated one. So they
for
showed.
Megan,
Yeah, there was a lot of swearing and like they shot it to be an R-rated movie, but PG-13 horror makes more than most R-rated horror. And now at a time where people are going to the theater less, they're like, yeah, just we need the PG-13 version going out into the theaters. But the unrated one's on the cock.
no shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I was gonna say which one's better, but I guess you don't know. Okay.
Yeah, we only
What
watched
did you
the
think of
unrated.
Megan? Because I thought it was like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. But maybe I just I went into it with, I don't know, foolish expectations or expecting something different. I'm not sure.
I'm kind of on the same vein as I am with Cocaine Bear. Like it did take a long time for it to get going, and I wish there was a bigger body count, but it was different for a horror movie, which I appreciated. I mean, yeah, there's definitely the Chucky comparison, but like an AI, super high tech Chucky, I guess, was kind of cool, and the uncensored kills were decent. I enjoyed it. It was worth a watch. I like that company, that Blumhouse. Blumhouse is doing cool shit, and it seems like they put out a lot of movies, and it's, as a horror nerd, it's very exciting to have a company like that existing where they're cranking out so much shit. And not, it's not all stellar, but the hits make the misses 100% bearable. Like, it's Blumhouse puts out some cool fucking shit.
Right. There's more like singles and strikeouts, I guess. Right.
Yeah. And they can take bigger swings. They can take bigger risks and try some weird shit. Which again, I appreciate. Everybody has the same complaint about movies. It's the same shit. It's like, well, Blumhouse is doing some cool stuff. Cocaine Bear's pretty cool. There's cool shit. And if it makes money, they'll let more people do weird, crazy shit.
Yeah, it's like the managerial thought process of like, bring me solutions, not problems. Like, you can't complain about the movie industry if you don't even go see the new movies that are out, or the original ideas that come out.
Yeah.
Hey, pat myself on the back. I went and saw Megan in the movie theater. You didn't, motherfucker. I guess you go see a bunch of movies, so I can't hold that against you.
Yeah, there's good shit coming out.
Dude,
Creed.
March is firing.
Yeah, Creed 3, which I'm stoked about.
We got to connect on something. Maybe we do a guy's night, John Wick night. Cheech's birthday is the 28th. And I'm pretty sure the next MSPH wrestling is like the Saturday, the 25th. So we might do something for his birthday, the 24th.
All right. I'm
Keep
into
you
that.
posted on that if you want to do like a John Wick. I think John Wick comes out
It's
that night, right? It is the
it's
24th,
John
right?
it's John Wick, MSPH Wrestling, and then Succession season premiere on Sunday.
Oh, yes. And I know you guys don't care, but college basketball, March Madness.
Oh,
So I can literally gamble up until John Wick, and then pretty much the next morning up until MSPH Wrestling. Hell yeah. What a fucking weekend. There's some other good stuff coming. I want to see the Adam Driver movie too. What is it?
Oh, the
69?
dinosaur one? I want to watch Adam Driver
What's it called?
69 a bunch of dinosaurs.
Yeah. Get him and ScarJo back in there and do that movie 69.
I think it's just called 65.
Four off. Come on, just round up, but kind of not really. Just get it to a 69.
I'm gonna see it, but I'm not super pumped on Scream 6.
Oh, Scream 6 is going down. You know I love New York City.
Yeah, I'm getting some Jason Goes to Manhattan vibes off of this one, but I'm still gonna go see it.
Yeah.
I've seen every Scream movie. Might as well keep it going.
Yeah, I saw the last piece of shit that they made. I rewatched that with my brother somewhat recently. I think I told you guys about it, and it got way worse the second time I saw it. I was like, oh my God. How did I not walk out, or how did I stay awake throughout the whole movie?
The aforementioned Shazam, and there's a new Guy Ritchie movie coming out, and I know I'm going to get
something else.
I'm going to get shit for this, and I'm probably going to fucking sound like a real dumbass for saying this, but that fucking Dungeons and Dragons movie that's coming out looks kind of cool.
No, it does not. I'm glad I got back to the mic in time. You fucking idiot.
Whatever, Shuddy. Let me have it.
Bitch.
That movie looks lame as fuck.
The CG in it looks like they put a ton of money into it. It looks silly and goofy, but it looks like the action and stuff has potential. I don't know. I'm going into it with an open mind. I think there's potential that they could make a fucking good Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I'd rather go see the Tetris movie that weekend.
I think you're potentially gay.
I think you guys are potentially wrong. What do you think about that?
I think you covered them. I feel like there's one movie that you did name that's also coming out in March, but March is a banger movie month. I mean, all they really needed was John Wick.
Yeah.
Although I will say, love John Wick, love Keanu Reeves. I don't need to remind anyone. Pretty sure the runtime is 2 hours and 45 minutes, and they got some fucking nerve.
Yeah.
Fucking nerve making a 2 hour and 45 minute action movie. I don't know. It could be awesome. I mean,
it's going to be awesome, but
I'll watch a fucking 4.5 hour college football game that's way less cool than John Wick. So I'll give it a shot. But
got a point.
Jeez. Yeah, it's a long runtime, dude.
What if we get 45 minutes of John Wick fucking people up with nunchucks?
I just hope
cool.
I can like properly guess the regression point in the movie and take like a half an hour nap. Like, all right, this is gonna die down for a little bit. I'm gonna take a snooze.
Yeah. Oh, John Wick is wandering the desert again? All right, wake me up in 15, Cheech.
Yeah, for real. Cheech, do I have to set my alarm, or can you just nudge me?
So Jason Statham is in the sequel to The Meg.
Yeah, I've been hearing about a Meg sequel for a while.
Megan or Meg?
No, The Meg, about
the shark movie.
The giant prehistoric shark. It was The Meg, and now it's The Meg 2, The Trench, starring Jason Statham. So he's going to take on a giant prehistoric water creature.
Wow, Shuddy, you weren't joking about the Tetris movie coming out in March?
I was not. Starring Taron Egerton.
Oh, it's a
biopic about Tetris.
I thought it was going to be like an anime. Yeah, the talking pieces.
Someone play Tetris for fucking 90 minutes.
Yeah, like the long piece walking around like king shit. Yeah, everybody wants to fuck me. I'm the best piece. I'm the one everybody waits for.
It's that Office skit where they're all like waiting for the ball to hit the corner.
They're
all just like sitting there in the movie. Is he going to complete it?
Yeah, Jack Black plays the square. All right, that's kind of interesting. I like Taron Egerton. What else? Murder Mystery 2, another Adam Sandler movie coming to Netflix. All right. Holy shit.
Did you like the first one?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. For a modern Sandler movie, it's on the higher tier than usual. But that just reminded me. We needed a movie to watch this weekend. We ended up doing a Chris Farley double feature. Carl had never seen Tommy Boy or Black Sheep.
Here's her mind blown.
Yeah. Because
speaking of which, oh, okay, go ahead.
like she's 7 years younger than me, so her era of SNL is way different than my era of SNL. So she never saw any of the Chris Farley stuff. And, you know, when Black Sheep and Tommy Boy came out, she was younger and it was just like, all right, yeah, whatever. And just never circled back and got around to watching it. And she was like, Chris Farley he's a fucking crazy person. She's like, I've never seen a guy that large with that much energy. He's insane.
Well,
I was like, yeah, that's why everybody loved him.
Yep, he was definitely also on performance enhancers.
Yeah, I mean, did you ever see that Letterman appearance where he runs into the studio and he's doing cartwheels and flipping out and he's whipping his head around so much you think it's gonna fly off of his body, and then he's like grabbing people in the audience and shaking them, and then he picks one guy up, throws him over his shoulders, runs back out the front doors, runs out of the building, and throws the guy in a dumpster.
Yeah, it's fucking iconic. What, you think he was on cocaine? Uh-huh.
But yeah, Tommy Boy holds up way better than Black Sheep does. But Tommy Boy blew her mind. She was like, that was really fucking good. Like,
she didn't like Black Sheep, though?
No, she liked it.
But
she was like, Tommy Boy's definitely way better. And after watching them both again, after decades of not seeing them, that's the correct
Not a hot
assessment.
take. That's not a hot take.
It's not, but now the tone is starting to become disrespectful towards Black Sheep, and Black Sheep kicks ass.
When was the last time you watched it?
I don't know. Couldn't have been longer than 5 years ago. I mean, I love it.
That doesn't sound right.
I love it.
They're both on HBO Max. You can do the same double feature
Beautiful.
we did.
I probably will. I mean, what are we talking about here? Because to me, Tommy Boy's a 5-dicker, and Black Sheep the lowest I would give it would be 4. And I you know what? I take that back. The lowest I would give it would be 4.5.
Watch it again.
Yeah. Well, shit. All right. I'll watch it again. I'll tell you what I come up with. Probably just be hours. Well, an hour or so of laughs. Whatever. I don't know. 120 minutes worth of laughs. I'm not sure what the fucking runtime is. You get what I'm saying?
It was. I'll tell you what. It was pretty fucking wild watching that movie with somebody who's never seen it before and seeing a genuine, unspoiled reaction to the bees scene. When
that was good, yeah.
When they get pulled over, like she had no idea that was coming. That's one of those things. It's like it's such a iconic movie moment for our age range that like it's so weird. Seeing someone witness that completely unspoiled, like no idea it was coming, and she just burst out laughing, like holy shit.
I mean, don't give her the stupid gym line.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was solid.
Tom, you want wingy? No, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna talk shit on my coworkers, and unfortunately, we're not behind the paywall, so this could get to them. But
so why don't you wait until we're behind the paywall?
Because I want to call them out about it, and this would just move it along. I hope it shows up on their radar. So this guy whose program that I've been on, Dan Dakich, who like liberal people, Democratic people hate him. I think he's like very, very Republican. But the only thing that I go on this program to talk to him about is like sports gambling stuff. And the back and forth that we have is awesome. Like I like the guy. I think he's a nice dude. I don't watch his show outside of my own participation in it. There was this one appearance that I was on where I gave out the picks and I was still like on the Zoom call, and he's like, all right, now we're going to discuss the woke-a-dope of the day. Goddamn Nancy Pelosi. I was like, oh my God, this is the schedule I'm in. Anyways, I did like a Google on him once, and like the biggest like thing haters or people who didn't like him said was he once said Chris Farley is legitimately not funny. And out of everything I could have read about him, that one hurt the most. Like, dude, I would almost prefer you went to a Halloween party in fucking blackface and you said that. Like,
Jesus.
come on, man. I said almost. I not condoning that. All right. Especially out of you fucking Canadians. I know you guys like to do blackface up there. Not cool.
I mean, I feel like science has already proven that Chris Farley is just objectively funny.
Yeah, dude. Like I want to talk to him about this, but it's like I only go on a show to talk gambling. I'm not going to sit there and grill him about a take he did, I don't know, 10 years ago. But it's like, dude, there's very few times where opinions are wrong. You actually have a wrong one. Like your opinion is fucking trash.
Get booked again and be like, oh, all right, I hate to take control and bump your upcoming Nancy Pelosi segment, but Chris Farley, not funny? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Let's go to war, man. Me versus you. Why the fuck is he not funny?
I was
As a
honestly
fellow fat guy. I'm triggered. I'm fucking triggered right now.
I was nervous. I was legitimately nervous because I remember, like, I had Tommy Boy and Black Sheep on VHS, seen them so many times. I basically had the movies memorized. And then when it came time, like when DVDs came along and I was buying stuff on DVD and I saw like Black Sheep and Tommy Boy, I was like, you know what? I've seen them so many fucking times. I'm afraid to buy this and keep watching it and burn myself out on it. So I took the longest break ever. Like I remember when I was in summer camp and we would take trips somewhere and we would all be on a bus and they had TV screens. Someone would always have a VHS copy of Tommy Boy or Black Sheep, and that was always the fucking road trip movie. Like are
those PG-13 movies? They are, right?
Yeah.
God.
And I'd seen them countless times, so it was just like, I'm nervous about diving back in, and then it was so long after I had seen it, it was one of those things where I was like, I almost don't want to tarnish my memory and rewatch this and have it not be funny. That would be kind of crushing. So I was really nervous, and I sold them too. Like when we were scrolling around and Carl was like, I've never seen Tommy Boy. And I was like, what? It's fucking fantastic. And then I'm like, wait a second. What if 13-year-old me was way into that movie, but 40-year-old me is going to find the flaws? And I will say, I did find some flaws, but still fucking stellar movies.
What do you mean you found flaws? Like it's not a five-dicker? Is that what you're saying?
Tommy Boy's not a five-dicker. It fucking hurts me to say it. But I'm telling you, it's just not. It's not.
Wow.
13-year-old me, yes, five-dicker.
Fuck you.
Fuck
you. Oh, yeah, the old wise one.
No, there's just, I'm telling you, man, watch it again.
13-year-old Kevin had more jobs than current Kevin, all right? Maybe you should go back to that guy.
Watch it again objectively. There's some jokes that are just like, yeah, okay.
I don't get it. I think I watch what I think is five dickers a lot more than you do for what you think is five dickers. That makes sense. Like I've legit seen Armageddon. Like,
multiple times a year. Multiple times a year.
A year, yeah, multiple times a month. Like I fucking will just whatever. It's on HBO Max. I fire it up all the time. So like you're saying, when's the last time you seen Tommy Boy and Black Sheep? Like Tommy Boys, it can't have been longer than a year. And Black Sheep, I'll say 5 years because that seems reasonable, but it's probably been like more recently than that. So I know that I'm going to love them again. Like I would not have had that fear selling Carl in those fucking movies. I'm like, you are in for a fucking treat, Carl. You're in for a fucking treat.
And she was legit blown away by Tommy Boy.
Damn, what was the beef? Did she go at Black Sheep's neck? What is the problem with Black Sheep?
She was just like, it just wasn't as funny.
That's fair. And I agree. But
did you watch Tommy Boy first?
Yes. Because I'm pretty sure Tommy Boy came out in 95 and Black Sheep was 96.
Yeah, that's the chronological order.
And when she saw the poster for Black Sheep, when I pulled it up, she was like, wait a second. It's him and David Spade again? I'm like, yeah. And she read the
same fucking movie.
She read the blurb and she was like, it's the same fucking movie. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. That's a fair criticism.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, it was something else. Watching somebody react to that movie for the first time, having none of the big gags spoiled for her. It was a very interesting movie watching experience for me. But I'm telling you,
oh my God. So what do you grade Tommy Boy? This is a revelation right now.
this is just going to piss you off even more.
Yeah, I want to fight you. I'm happy we're not in the same room.
Take a guess.
Wait, do you have it on Letterboxd? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
They do halves, right? They don't do like quarters.
They do halves, no quarters.
I'll say you did 4. If it's lower than that, you're a scumbag.
I gave it 4.5.
Thank God. I mean, I disagree, but okay.
But now guess his Black Sheep score.
That has to be a 4, right? I mean, you didn't go more than a dick lower on Black Sheep, did you? Come on. Shuddy, tell me. Rip the Band-Aid off.
3.5.
You piece of shit. Low life. Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, it's good, but the batting average is just not there. There's so many jokes that just land with a thud.
Fair enough.
But like the Tommy Boy legit has like good heartfelt moments, and it's really well written. So even when, you know, Chris Farley's not walking into a glass window and going, "Oh, ah!" and flipping out, there's actually like really good heartfelt moments and well written dialogue, and like even the stuff when they're talking about the brake pads in the factory. Like, they put way more effort into Tommy Boy than they needed to. And I think that's why it's a classic. But it's still, I don't know.
You get a good look at a steak by sticking your head up a cow's ass.
When was the last time you saw Tommy Boy, Shuddy?
It's been a minute since I've seen Tommy Boy.
Because I'd be curious to your thoughts. I feel like Geoff, even if you watched a movie that was a 5-dicker when you were young, you hadn't seen it in a super long time, you rewatched it and it wasn't as good as you remembered it, you would suppress that and still go to bat and be like, "Oh no, 5-dicker."
That's fair. That's kind of how I feel about Roadhouse, which we got to talk about in a second.
I'm going to write this down. Maybe Draven and I will watch Tommy Boy tonight.
Yeah, have the kids not seen the Chris Farley movies?
I don't. If they did, they were little, and it was just because it was on TV. It wasn't like we sat down and watched them. Like, what?
Because I feel like everybody can agree that the best Chris Farley movies are Black Sheep and Tommy Boy, and the best Sandler movies are Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore.
Big Daddy's good.
It's good, but I'm not putting it above Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore, I don't think.
I think I put it in there. I mean, I'd have to expand it to a Mount Rushmore and I think throw Waterboy in there.
What do you think is a stronger double feature? Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison?
Or the Farleys?
Or Black Sheep and Tommy Boy?
I'd have to go with Sandler's, but it's tough.
I would put any combination of those 4 Sandler movies before Tommy Boy and Black Sheep.
Oh, wow. That's a strong definitive stance there, Shuddy.
I think all of those 4 Sandler movies are all fucking awesome. Happy Gilmore is my favorite of them.
Yeah, I think Happy Gilmore is my favorite as well. When I was younger, it was Billy Madison.
I've watched Big Daddy more than I've watched Billy Madison.
Oof.
Big Daddy kicks ass.
It does. I mean, the kid picking his own name as Frankenstein, that bit will always be funny.
Yeah.
So wait, what do you have to say about Roadhouse?
Oh, no, it's not. So Roadhouse, one of the fellow writers at Outkick, like a culture writer, fucking super cool dude. I like him a lot, but like he just covers like, I don't know, music, TV, concerts, whatever, culture, films, pretty random. But he tweeted out last week, what's the first R-rated movie you ever saw? And his was, I think he's a little younger than me. I would assume he is. His was Speed.
Oh,
The Keanu Reeves classic. I think that's a five-dicker.
That was the first R-rated movie I saw in theaters.
Oh shit! I think he said he saw it in VHS.
My aunt I was in New Jersey visiting me and my sister were in New Jersey visiting our aunts for a week, and my Aunt Lee took my sister to see a kids movie and let me and my cousin Scott, who's 2 years younger than me, she bought us tickets for Speed and let us go on our own to see it.
Oh shit. It's a cool aunt.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. So that movie holds a very special place for me, and I think it still fucking kicks ass.
Yeah, I mean, as far as not in the theater, I don't know what my first R-rated movie was.
Oh,
just in
you
general.
Know what?
Might be Caddyshack.
So I don't remember how this came up in conversation with Draven and I. Oh, it was Dom and I on what the fuck did I just watch when we were talking about Sister Street Fighter, the last movie we watched. One of the actors in it is in a movie called The Bullet Train.
Not the Brad Pitt movie?
And we thought that it was maybe a Brad Pitt movie, but listen to the plot of the movie. Terrorist Tetsuya Okita rounds up a gang of misfits and malcontents to help stage an elaborate ransom scheme. They plant a bomb on one of Japan's bullet trains and demand $5 million, adding that the bomb will detonate if the train's speed for any reason dips below 80 kilometers per hour. Transit chief Hiromochi does his best to handle the situation from afar, while on board, train conductor Aoki tries to locate the device before it's too late.
All right.
So it seems like that is a direct inspiration for the film Speed.
I mean, that sounds specific enough where they might have to do like a credit buy. Like what's that the cowboy movie that Chris Pratt and Denzel Washington were in? Like
Magnificent Seven?
Yeah, like that had to give writing credit to Akira Kurosawa for Seven Samurai. So I wonder if they had to do some sort of adaptation credit thingy for taking that idea. But I mean,
yeah, adapted off a screen.
Speed kicks fucking ass. I watched that within the last couple of years, and that holds up really well. I fucking love Speed.
For sure.
I mean, my first movie in the theater, I've said it a million times, first R-rated movie in the theater was Passenger 57. I mean, I remember going into that movie because my dad took me, and I was almost like nervous. Like, oh no, what if I see something I shouldn't? What if this is too much for me? But I was fine. Passenger 57. I haven't seen that movie in a billion years.
According to IMDb, there is no credit to anybody else but Graham Yost, as the writer.
Interesting. Huh. Wow.
I don't even remember the first movie I saw, rated R movie I saw in the theater. I remember Roadhouse is the first rated R movie I've ever seen, but I watched it on VHS at my mom's house. But I replied to that tweet, like, yeah, the first rated R movie I saw was Roadhouse. His fucking reply was, I don't even know what that is. I've heard of Road Trip. I was just like, you motherfucker. You goddamn motherfucker. I almost slacked him, but I just couldn't even open up the Pandora's box of all that.
Yeah, that's
because then it's like you start what else have you seen? Have you seen Point Break? Right? Have you seen Ghost? Have you seen Dirty Dancing? I've only seen that movie once, and it's not really for me, but it's like, what other Swayze fucking bangers have you seen? I know I'm missing a couple.
Well, not even just not seen, but how have you never heard of it?
Right. I mean, they're doing a remake with
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
The first R-rated movie I probably ever saw was Conan the Barbarian.
Ooh, that's a solid one. Yeah, it's got to be Caddyshack for me, because that was a big hit in the household that I grew up in, and my aunt and uncle put it on all the time. And I remember,
I don't usually think of those types of R-rated movies when this conversation comes up.
I mean, the titties just left a lasting impression on me. Was there like Lacey Underall? Was that the fucking girl's name in that movie?
Dude. Swayze's the fucking man. I can't believe that bullshit.
What bullshit? That guy didn't know about it?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. This other fucking guy that I have on my podcast for sports betting has never seen Goodfellas. Now, I'll say this. He just doesn't watch movies, and he's just openly admit. He's like, I don't really watch. I'm not a movie guy. I don't watch movies. But even that was just like, man, you're a fucking pussy. I couldn't even give him the amount of shit that I wanted to because my brain broke for a second. The podcast got a little weird. Just like, what did you just say on my podcast? You've never seen Goodfellas? Like, all right, let's get back to the NFL.
I'm going to need you to either disconnect from this Zoom or punch yourself in the face.
For real. I almost just booted him off the Zoom. Like, well, you got to be fucking kidding me.
All right, well, before we take our leave for the week, why don't we chip away at Mount Voicemail and do some
voicemails? Yay!
Check in with our fellow humans. I'm going to unplug and replug in right now.
I didn't fucking review anything.
But you said you didn't have anything.
I said the
He said that he had a Netflix doc. Yeah, he did talk about a Netflix docuseries he watched.
And I literally talked about finishing a movie that I started before we started doing the Zoom.
Kevin does not give a fuck what you have to say about any of that stuff.
Got his reviews out. Let's hear from the Puminati.
All right, well, yeah, we could put that on hold. Geoff, what was different about this murder thingy?
Well, it's about this really powerful family in Hampton County, South Carolina. They are like the only lawyers in the town. And so they've, the father and his kids have really just committed like pretty much heinous crimes for years. And they just kind of get it swept under the rug because they like know the fucking cops. They know all the local judges, all the local, like, you know, district attorneys, all that other shit. So like they just kind of do whatever the fuck they want. It's almost like, to make a Roadhouse reference, like Brad Wesley, you know, the bad guy where he just kind of like fucking owns the town. Like the cops, they all answer. He can do whatever. Same type of thing, but it was like a real life thing. So it was a 3-part documentary on Netflix. And it starts with a girl who dies in a boating accident. The boat was owned by and driven by one of the father's kid. And then the father allegedly commits crimes. He's accused of committing murder. And long story short, that's where like the documentary essentially ends with it, which is this guy is still like his trial is still forthcoming. A few of the people at Outkick are like, we're kind of following it. And it's like still like in the news. Like it's still like the guy hasn't even been convicted of anything, but he looks like he's going to.
I saw that he was just it was going on the stand or just went on the stand in his own defense the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a very fresh thing. Supposedly, and this pissed me off because when I went to watch the other movie that I'm going to review here in a second, Barbarian, which is on HBO Max, I saw that HBO has their own 3-part documentary about the same murder case.
Fucking spit roast me.
And I don't know if I'm going to watch it because I'm just pissed off that I didn't see the HBO one first, because I like Netflix and I like how consistent they are with their documentaries. But HBO is better. HBO is better in every fucking way than Netflix, right? I'm not even trying to hate on Netflix, but if you had a gun to your head, you had to pick one streaming service. What are you going with, HBO or Netflix?
Yeah,
right?
I might go with
Come on.
HBO.
I mean, they have all the HBO programming.
And I've looked at my Letterboxd D stats, and I try to tag my posts with what streaming service I watched them on, and I definitely HBO Max I've watched the most movies on, for sure. I mean, HBO stands for home box office. They almost have painted themselves in a corner where they have to have the biggest dick as far as movies offered on streaming.
I mean, they consistently deliver, right? Like they kind of, there was a little bit of lull. I love Succession, but it doesn't have nearly the, for lack of a better word, box office appeal as Last of Us. But now Last of Us is just banging, right? Like everyone's watching, everyone's talking about it. Like it's put HBO like pretty much back in the top of like TV programming. Even if they weren't, they probably were there in the first place. So I'm just disappointed that I didn't see the murder documentary on HBO first. But that said, I love Netflix documentaries, and this one probably wasn't as good as several of them. So I'm only going to give it 3.5 dicks.
Oh, dang.
Again, it was pretty good. And I watched it in one night, but it wasn't as good as like, what's the one? Wild Wild Country. Don't Fuck with Cats is probably like the most famous and probably the best Netflix doc that there's been. So it's not as good as, not even in the same conversation as those. So I wish I saw the HBO one. And then the other movie that I watched, and my brothers was telling me that you really liked it, Barbarian.
Yeah.
Did you give it like a good Letterboxd D score? I don't remember you reviewing it
yes.
in the podcast.
Yeah. I thought Barbarian was sick.
What did you give it on Letterboxd D?
I think I gave it like 4.5.
I'd have to agree. I fucking loved it. I thought it was sick. I watched it in a weird way. So my brother Bill and Rich were hanging out kind of randomly on a weekday, right? Rich got some time off away from the wife or his lady and his kid. So he just wanted to hang, watch movies, drink beer. But I was at the gym when they started it. So I came into that movie pretty much the exact same time as Justin Long.
That's a very, very strange time to get thrown into that movie where so much has already happened. And then when he shows up, you're like, wait, what the fuck is going on in this movie?
Well, yeah, I mean, I just enter the living room. I'm like, oh, what are you guys watching? Like this movie Barbarian. And it's like Justin Long doing the Justin Long thing. It's like, oh, cool. I kind of like Justin Long. I wonder what's up here. Watching it a little bit. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. And then like it got to the point where, so Barbarian is this movie about, it starts with this girl who's going to Detroit for a job interview. She sets up a Airbnb appointment or reservation. Gets to the Airbnb and runs into someone else, and it's a double booked Airbnb. And the guy who is also there is this dude, Bill Skarsgård, who I'm not very familiar with. I guess he played Pennywise in It, so I know that. But
Carl is like a huge fan of the Skarsgård family.
Who's
like
her favorite Skarsgård?
Her favorite is Alexander Skarsgård. That's like her celebrity hall pass.
He was in The Northman, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's her like biggest celebrity crush.
No shit. Because Bill kept saying Bill
Skarsgård.
No, I'm just saying
shit.
I'm just saying, like, Bill kept telling me while we were watching it, yeah, Bill Skarsgård's in this movie. And I was just like, I know that name, but I don't know, like, who the fuck that is.
Do you mean Bill Cosby?
It's apparently it's the brother of the guy who did The Northman. That's kind of what I was kind of thinking of. Is their father? Do they have a father?
Stellan.
Yep. And he's been in a bunch of shit.
He's in Chernobyl, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy shit, they got a whole dynasty.
They really fucking do.
It's fucking Swedes can act. Impressive. All
Yeah.
right, fair enough. Anyway, so it's this movie Barbarian is a horror movie starts out with a Airbnb that's double booked. There's tunnels and monsters pretty much in the basement of the Airbnb. And then Justin Long comes into the movie because I guess he's the actual owner of the Airbnb, but just books appointments through Airbnb where he currently lives, which is LA. But he gets into some Me Too shit, and just bounces to Detroit to go stay at his home that he owns, which is in a fucking sketchy neighborhood in Detroit. And it's a way sketchier house. So I got in there when Justin Long is in there, and just like the horror payoffs or the horror movie stuff was I thought really good. Like the monster, or the killers, or whatever you want to call them. That was well done. That one scene, like how the homeless guy's situation is wrapped up is hilarious. Like I thought it was actually funny and scary. Like I thought it was good. I think it works in both ways. Justin Long, his character is really good. Like there's like layers to him in a way, you know?
Sure.
I thought it was good. The girl, what's her name? Who's in it? She's not very famous. I think she was in the Black Mirror episode. My brother was telling me she was good. Bill Skarsgård was really good. And as I was watching him and her interact in the first part of the movie, which I missed, like, I like that guy. Like, I think he's a good fucking actor. I'm interested in seeing him. Apparently, he's the new villain in John Wick 4. It's like, fuck.
Yep.
All right, cool.
I saw him in the trailer this weekend when I went and saw Cocaine Bear when they showed the trailer.
I gotta agree with you at 4.5. Like, I thought it was a really fun, like, fucking scary movie. I was like, kind of, yelling at the TV, like, dude, don't fucking go down. What are you doing?
It's so weird that, like, I feel like Barbarian is a movie where when it first came out, everybody was like, just go in knowing as little as possible. Don't spoil it for anybody. Just go in. Don't watch any trailers. Just the first trailer is fine. The first trailer basically shows nothing. Watch that one, but that's fine. Go into it completely empty-headed. And you watched it completely out of order and still loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that just goes to show you what a strong movie it is. If you can watch it out of sequence and still find it to be near perfect, that's a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, I know less about it than most people that would even watch it. Like, I didn't find it on HBO Max. I didn't read the description. I just walked in and it was on my TV. I was like, oh, all right, what the hell is this? Justin Long, he's funny. I like him. Then I watched it. It's like, oh my God, this is terrifying. What the hell? I love it. I can't stop watching.
Nice.
So I'll give it a 4.5.
That's one of those movies where, because I do this a lot when I'm watching things. My brain is just like, hey, what do you think Geoff thinks about this? And because you're a tough person to pin down. Honestly, I would have seen you not liking Barbarian for some reason. But
I liked it.
Here we are. All right, should we?
Yeah, like the killer of the monster thing was, I don't know, like it was unbelievable, but it was just a fun, like, scary, enjoyable watch. It was like, all right, I'm into that. Like, I buy in, like, whatever. This is the danger. You guys are fucked.
I saw it in the theater too. I think I saw it at the Alamo Drafthouse, and people were flipping out. Like on all those really suspenseful scenes where you were like, oh fuck, don't go in there, don't go in there. Like people were gasping and like
yeah, well, like when she first sees the room in the basement.
Yeah.
And her reaction is the perfect one, right? Is the one it should have been the whole time. Like,
yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, Bill, let's go sleep in my car.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, Bill. We're done here, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well,
good movie.
With that, let's finish each other off with our mouths. I mean, with voicemails.
Well, let's use other people's mouths. That left voicemails.
All right, let's go to this person. Oh, it's Pyro. I can see it in the thingy.
Hey guys, it's Pyro. Let's see if these headphones make me sound less drunk than my last ones, even though, shit, I wasn't even drunk. Those just sounded shitty, but no, shit. The reason I haven't called much lately is because, like, yeah, we really haven't done that. Like, that was both when we were in our early 20s and shit.
Is Pyro talking about when him and his lady used to get freaky? Is that what this is in reference to?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it could possibly be in reference to.
Like 6-7 years ago since then. We have mellowed out quite a bit, and, like, by all appearances, we are now just a normal family with a couple of kids and shit. But hey, that's pretty much what we are. Had my fun in my young days. Now that we're older, it's just a nice laid-back life. But anywho, figured I'd give you an update. Have a good one.
Because I know Pyro stated in the past that he's bi, and him and his lady used to like bringing other people into their escapades and stuff. And I don't know, maybe I got confused and thought that some of their escapades were more recent than they actually were.
I mean, he's been calling in for years. Maybe
I know.
That's
Well, hey, Pyro,
part of the confusion.
as long as you're happy, we're happy.
Sure.
Let's see. What's on this human's mind?
Hey, what's going on, MSPH? I'm catching up on your Patreons right now. I'm on episode 105. I don't know who your former Poutine 6 leader was that says Mormons don't take it in the ass. He might be, which you guys said it wrong. It's actually pronounced Utards because they're all dumb as fuck. But I did live up there for 6 years, and coming from SoCal, going out there, there's plenty of Mormon ass to be played with, I guess.
This guy is just ethering Utah right now,
Yeah.
I think.
Playing with Mormon ass in Utah?
I'm here for it.
See, this is the thing that I feel like has been going back and forth on podcasts for a million years. There's always somebody who swears up and down that Mormon chicks don't put out because they don't want to go to hell, but they feel like they found a loophole that God Almighty never considered, and that's stick your dick in my ass, and that doesn't count as sex, so therefore it's not a sin. So Mormon girls have tons and tons of butt sex so they can stay virgins, and then they have vaginal sex when they get married. And then somebody will call in and be like, I live in Utah. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Nobody does that. And then someone else will call and be like, that guy's the dumbest guy I've ever heard in my fucking life. All Mormon girls give up their butt. So I don't know what to think.
I mean, it's not that hard to locate a Mormon woman from Utah. We just got to figure it out. We just got to get one.
Yeah, we need a Mormon Utah woman to call in that we can get confirmation of in 6 months from now.
A popular one. Maybe a Mormon Instagram influencer who knows a bunch of people who could also be like, I mean, all right.
That sounds very specific.
No, I'm saying I don't want a one person who's only going to have their one view or their one perspective on it. I want to hear from someone who can give other perspectives. Like, no, I don't, but I have like 5 Mormon girlfriends who can fuck me ass and are virgins. That's what I want to hear. You know what I mean?
Okay, do you consider that to be a virgin?
I will if they want it. They want to be. Hey, you changed your name from Cassius to Muhammad. I got you. All right, yeah, you're still a virgin.
All right.
So I'll call you whatever you want. You want to be a virgin still, but you take it in the ass? It's fine. If you're not going to receive it in the ass from me, then I'm going to call you what I want.
Well, there's the Jeff Clark scale.
Sorry. I'm just riffing here.
What that guy's doing, he's probably living in the hills hiking or some shit. But I just wanted to confirm, no, Utah is cool for that. Beer shitty, yes. Beautiful women, beautiful
Mormons.
Outside. Weed's trash. But yeah, he's probably just local. That thin air up there, man. That's why they're called Utards. Adios.
All right. The mystery continues.
Dude, on one of the Full Swing, the Netflix golf documentaries, one of the guys that were following, this dude, Tony Finau, he is from Utah. And he was saying that he grew up in like a rough part of Salt Lake City. And it just kind of blew my brain that they had those. I was like, wait a second. There's hoods in Utah? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Maybe that just means there's a part of the city where people don't say you're welcome when you say thank you. They're like, oh, it's fucking rough over there.
Yeah, but I actually thought I saw a recent headline of like crime rising in Salt Lake City. So maybe there was something to Tony Finau's upbringing. Maybe it was kind of hooded.
Maybe people stop giving up the butt and everybody's all frustrated and sexually pent up.
Yeah.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Need a release.
See how quickly we solved that problem?
Yeah. Quit edging, Utah.
I cannot believe you guys have not seen Cyborg. None of you? Not even Shuddy? I mean...
Shuddy? Cyborg?
I have not seen Cyborg, even though it is it was written to be the Masters of the Universe sequel.
Yeah, because it's a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, right?
Correct.
And the director, Albert Pyun, was a B-movie sort of wizard. Like, he was highly regarded in the B-movie fan base. I actually just watched one of his movies called Nemesis. It's also on Peacock. Excuse me, it's on the cock. And
is Cyborg Nemesis the Dark Rift?
No, it's just...
Or is there another Nemesis?
There's like a whole series of them, but I just watched the first one. And it's... I don't know how to review it because it's a B-movie. It's got B-movie acting for the most part and B-movie dialogue. But it was so well done. It was really impressive. Like the stunts and all the shit that was pulled off with what was clearly such a low budget. But it was kind of fucking cool. Like it might be the best B-movie ever made. So after seeing that, I am curious to check out this guy's other work. And I know when he just died fairly recently, Cyborg was the big one that everybody talked about. I mean, obviously, if all you do is B movies and you got one movie with Jean-Claude, that's going to be your most popular one. So I do want to check it out. But if whoever this caller is, if you liked Cyborg, you should definitely watch Nemesis on Peacock because that was fucking cool.
Did we power rank Jean-Claude Van Damme in action hero movie rankings?
I think we had him slotted pretty low.
Yeah, I feel like you guys would take him over Steven Seagal, and if that's true, I don't want to go down that road again.
It's true. I mean, Bloodsport and Kickboxer alone. And you throw in fucking Time Cop? Oh yeah, it's boner time.
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe 2. I never heard it called that, but I mean, I saw that movie when I was young. I didn't know it came out in 89, but I probably saw it when I was 9 or 10. So it'd been like 92, 93. So yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. If you guys haven't watched it yet, I'm sure you will, and I'm sure I'll hear the review, and then this will be a pointless message. But I mean, when he does those spin kicks with the knives coming out of his shoes, just amazing.
All right, if there's spin kicks and knives coming out of shoes, I want this. I want this to happen. Yeah.
Such a good movie. Anyway, Kevin, wanted to let you know, when you have friends that fight and they don't talk anymore and everyone usually chooses a side. I'm not that kind of guy. Usually I'll still hang out with both sides. Sometimes that works out not in my favor, but I don't like to take sides. So wanted to let you know, I have been listening to the Jason Ellis show, but I haven't really made it through a full episode. I keep stopping 15, 20 minutes before it ends and just kind of deleting it because it's not doing so well. So good for you.
Well, I will say this. I don't expect nor want anybody to pick a side. If you're enjoying both shows, fucking thumbs up to you. More power to you. I'm not drawing
Views
any
expressed here are not the views of Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Well, they are of mine. I'm not calling on anybody to fucking draw a line in the sand or, oh, you listen to them or you listen to me. I know there are tons of Puminati that still listen to both, and I don't hold any grudges over that. I don't give a shit. And it's also the same thing as why when I got accused of like reaching out to people and telling them not to do Ellis Mania, it's just like, no, I got better things to use my time for. And I also know there's still a big Venn diagram, a little crisscross section of people that listen to both, and I don't want Puminati that are going to Ellis Mania to have a shittier time because Death Die's not performing. I'm not trying to ruin other people's shit for them. There's room for both.
Just the lead singer fired you. I mean, it's that simple, right? I don't know. I agree with you in your sentiment, and I don't want anyone who listens to MSPH to feel like you have to pick a side. I agree with that. I'm just frustrated when he talks shit. But
if you do pick a side, we'd prefer that you pick ours.
Yeah, and enjoy all of our Patreon content.
Well, I mean, as long as we're being real, it pisses me off when there's shit talked on me as well, because I didn't fucking do anything. The hell do I still need shit talked about me for fuck's sake? But as far as the listeners go, fucking knock yourselves out, man. Have fun. What do I care?
Yeah, man. It's nice to, when you quit a job, or in this case, when you get fired from a job, know that that workplace can't do it without you, and it's falling apart. So, yeah, good for you, man. I still enjoy your show, and I have not stopped at 20 minutes early, even when you have those super long Easter eggs. I'll listen the whole way through. You guys are pretty cool. I like listening to you.
Hey, thanks, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I just want to let you know that their show is not sounding as good. I mean, you didn't talk a lot on it anyways. They kind of kept you subdued. But it's definitely a lot more boring. It doesn't have that same life to it anymore, or the odd comment from you. So good for you. The place is falling apart without you. Have a good day, boys.
Well, happy to have you here. There's definitely no shortage of odd, weird comments on MSPH. So let's get together and braid our taint hairs, friend. Let's have a good old fashioned kumbaya pow pow session.
Oh, cornrow, the dingleberries.
How about this? We can get pantsless, get in scissor position, and tie our grundle hairs together, and then do a connecting braid, and it'll be the bridge that binds us.
What I'm hearing is another Patreon tier.
Yeah, the $50 a month friendship bracelet.
Yeah, the fucking dingleberry cornrow tier.
Well, I can tell Shuddy Boy hates that idea. But
I am not a fan of that idea. But if you and Geoff are in for it, you guys can go for it.
I'm guessing you have a powerful grundle mane, Shuddy Boy. Am I off base in thinking that?
I would hope not, but I can't. I don't review my grundle mane frequently enough to have an answer for you one way or the other.
See, I feel like you would have to, when you put your pants on every day, make the decision: do I stuff my grundle mane down my left pant leg or my right pant leg?
No, it is nothing like that. It is not even noticeable, I would say.
You don't have a ZZ Top grundle?
My chest is getting hairier the older I get, though.
See, I don't notice if I have less or more chest hair. I think mine just stays the same, but maybe when I hit my 40s, it'll get a little more volume. You're
gonna have to get deeper V-necks and another bottle of more conditioner.
Sure, if you're wearing a sweater underneath your V-neck.
All right, everybody. Well, there's your MSPH for the week. If you haven't quite gotten your fill, check out patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Oh, yeah, has he got a big dick? Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. We do a mini podcast every week on the $5 tier, and then the $10 tier has all the specialty shows like Queef or No Queef, Supermarket Queefs, Dragon Ball Queef, Snack Attack, What the Fuck Did I Just Watch with Shuddy and Dom, Kevin's Nerd Hole, 60 Seconds with Kevin, one-off toy videos with Shuddy and Dom. They're too many to name. Tons and tons of shit to check out and enjoy. And if you would like to see video of this madness, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
Jeff Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark.
That's right.
Boom.
Coming out with an Arnie Palmy Invitational breakdown next tomorrow.
Well, that's exciting. And
Yeah,
Shuddy.
For all you avid golf bettors.
And Shuddy, where can people get their hands on some sweet, sweet MSPH merch?
I'm allgone.com/collections/MSPH.
Boom. Check it out. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. But until next time, something.